And I'm Dylan Black. Of course, it's that time of year. Yeah, I guess you probably have some bills you need to pay because of the holidays, holiday debt, and all that fun stuff. To help us pay it down, he's a very important guy. He's a senior vice president, licensed insolvency trustee, BDO Canada Limited. How are you, André Bolduc?
I'm doing great.
It's good to see you here. Are you gonna like even help like us erase all that debt right now, like even by maybe handing us some cash, because that could probably help?
Not handing out cash today, but I do have advice.
Some advice. What exactly is a licensed insolvency trustee? Because I hear that term actually thrown around quite a bit these days.
A licensed insolvency trustee is someone that's licensed by the federal government, and we're the only licensed professional allowed to do such things as bankruptcies, consumer proposals.
Okay.
And we have a duty to, that with everyone we meet, we have to assess their whole situation.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just a referral to for credit counseling or debt consolidation or things like that.
Okay, so are you noticing then that things are getting more and more difficult for individuals?
Things are difficult in general. In Canada, we know that about half of families are living paycheck to paycheck. Mm-hmm. And Canada is now the most indebted country in the world.
In the world?
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, there are issues out there, yes.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so we have a couple of polls to get to here. Do you want to focus on the November poll at this point?
Yeah, just before the holiday season, a poll came out by CIBC. They do that annually. And what they found is that people were planning to spend the same that they were last year, plus increasing that. So on average, they were planning to spend 8% more. Mm-hmm. And that works out to about just under $1,000 in Canada for each respondent. Mm-hmm. What was alarming, however, is that 2/3 felt that their spending was out of control. Half of them felt that they were going to exceed the budget they set for themselves. And more problematic is that 60% of them were going to use credit to cover that spending.
So they kind of already knew that they were in trouble. It sounds like they were doing things. Now, what is it then? People just feel like they just have to overspend? Is that just part of our culture now?
It is a little bit part of the culture. You get wrapped up into it, and things happen that you don't plan for. So.
Yeah. Okay, so did things change in the December poll then?
Then a poll came out just after the holidays, talking about resolutions. And interestingly enough, for the 8th year in a row, the top financial resolution for people is to pay down debt. So the good news is they do recognize there's an issue there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now,
unfortunately, with resolutions,
yeah.
as you know, not many people follow through. Okay. And for financial resolutions, only 16% of people follow through.
Okay, which is terrible. Not
it
good.
Is.
So you're here today to help us with our possible resolutions, financial plans for 2018. What's the best way to go about this?
Well, the best way to go about it is, like you said, is to have a plan, not just a resolution. And the great first step is to have a family budget. Mm-hmm. I know it's a bit of a drag, but you got to do your budget. And secondly, what you got to do is you got to set goals for yourself, because the reason you're budgeting is to achieve your goals. And goals that everyone should have, there's 3 that are the most important. One is to know where your money goes. So it's one thing to do a budget, but then you need to monitor where you actually spend the money so that you're better at doing your budget the next month. Mm-hmm. Secondly, for people that have debt, the second goal should be to pay down the debt. So you have to live within your means, then you have to find a way to live below your means so you can save more cash to pay down the debt beyond the minimum payments. And then the third goal that people should have in doing their budget is to, in addition to paying down the debt, is to set aside money for emergencies or savings, for other goals they may have, so that in the future, when those goals come up, whether it be a vacation, getting a new car, or whatever involves spending money, you'll actually have money saved to achieve those goals as opposed to using credit.
Is it difficult though, because you're trying to pay down debts and you have outstanding bills, and to save money? That's got to be one of the biggest challenges.
It is, and depending on your debt level, you may want to focus a lot of your energies on paying down the debt and saving a little bit. You need to start small. You're not looking for perfection right away, just small wins. And whatever it is you can save, you do a pre-authorized payment, you set a bit aside, you get into that habit. And then as your debt comes down, you increase that amount.
Mm-hmm. So is it more important to focus on short-term progress than long-term? Like, because you're thinking about, maybe you're thinking like in a year from now, 2 years from now, should we just go month by month and just try to
You need long-term goals, something
Yeah.
to strive for, but you got to break it down by month, by week, and by paycheck.
Yeah, which is probably what most people are even able to do at this point.
Yeah.
Paycheck by paycheck. Which is the best? What's the best thing that you can do? The most effective way to save some cash or to make sure that you're safe?
Well, we've got a bunch of tools on our website which help, right? It's nice to say do a budget, but there's budget worksheets on there, a paycheck planner, and there's a goals worksheet. So you need to have a discussion with your family about what your goals are going to be, what the budget's going to be like. You got to write it down to hold yourself accountable, and that's a first great step because everything's out in the open, and it'll help you stay on track.
So to map it out, plan it out, write it down, that's definitely step number one, and then you're on your way to savings.
Absolutely.
Getting out of debt. Okay, you're located on Elgin Street?
Correct. Our main office is at 200 Elgin Street, and we also have offices all across Eastern Ontario and across Canada.
Okay, debtsolutions-ottawa.ca is the website. And we appreciate your time here, André Bolduc, for keeping us financially secure, feeling better about ourselves anyway. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you as always for tuning in. We'll see you later. Have a good day.